Hello, wonderful people. I hope that you guys are doing well. So this is going to be a reading about the current situation and what's really going on in the world. And we all know who I'm talking about. So I don't want to really talk too much about the two countries because YouTube, it is what it is. But we all know who I'm talking about. And I'm going to ask you guys if you want to comment something under this video after this reading. Please do it in a way that is not going to be so obvious for this platform who we are talking about, because they like to censor things. Many times it happens that my comments, people's comments are disappearing from under the videos, and I want to let you all know that I'm not doing that. That is happening because YouTube doesn't like certain things, doesn't like certain words, and they remove the comments. I don't know why it's happening. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense why they do that. But yeah, unfortunately it's happening. So I want you to know, guys, that I'm not removing the comments. I'm only removing the comments if they are disrespectful and very rude. Yeah, I don't like to censor people. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But obviously if someone is very rude, I'm going to remove those comments. Okay, so please be aware of the censorship and what is going on when you are commenting something under this video. So I'm going to talk about the two countries which is finding themselves in a situation, you know what I'm talking about, what kind of situation. And we're going to check the energies, okay? I want to check things from an occult perspective. I don't want to take sides. I think we are talking about certain human rights and certain, human dignity that is being kind of violated here with this kind of situation. And there's always some sort of energy that is pulling the strings, and people are suffering, and people are suffering on both sides. And I think it's time for us to see things from a higher perspective now without taking sides, and to see that there's an end to this particular conflict. And this particular conflict can be the key to ending on the conflicts as well. But unfortunately, humanity is not on that level yet. But yeah, let's see what is going on an occult level, like from an occult perspective. And let's see who is pulling the strings and what is going on. Okay. Straight away, I'm getting a few cards. So right off the bat, we have the Nine of Swords. We have the Five of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Empress. Interesting. Okay, so the Empress is representing the energy of the earth, the energy of Gaia, yeah, and that is representing that energy that is being violated. Again, it can represent humanity itself. The Empress is, when it's in this upright position, is talking about some resources. It's talking about the resources of the planet, and how we are distributing those resources and how we are handling those resources. When it's reversed, it can talk about a war situation. Now it came out upright. And that is making me believe that the whole point in what is going on is obviously the land. Everything is revolving around who is having right to what. And what I see here with the Two of Pentacles next to it is that there is a pulling of the strings, and there's a tampering with the land. And yeah, I want to check it further. Let's see what else I'm getting. But I can tell that there's anxiety, there's fear, and there's a lot that is being activated in the world as juggling with the conflict between two countries or two sides. Okay, so we are creating conflict between two sides, and then the whole world is now being either on this side or on that side. But the idea here is separation. We have the Five of Wands, which is competition. When it's reversed, it's actually talking about a healthy competition. But in this case, because we have the Two of Pentacles, we are talking about two entities and two countries here that are having a conflict at the moment. And the Five of Wands is representing that energy which I was talking about at the beginning, that this particular situation can end the conflict, not only in the land where it's happening right now, but in other parts of the world, because we have some lessons that we can learn from this particular situation. Okay, let's see what else I'm getting here. So what is going on between these two countries? Who is pulling the strings? We have Judgment. Yeah, there's a block judgment here. There's a blocked judgment, and the world is trying to figure out what is going on and is taking sides without knowing what is really going on, without knowing the history, without knowing what has happened there. Okay, Three of Swords is heartbreak, is losses. So there's a blocked judgment from both sides. And we all know the history of things and that horrible behavior of a particular group against the other group. But what I see here is that because of those immense losses that happened throughout the history in both sides, okay, and the conflict, like due to this conflict, there's a lot of heartbreak here, and there's a lot of grief that is being activated in the collective. And due to that grief, the judgment is being blocked. So we cannot see through our humanness, we cannot see beyond what humanity should stand for and what we should stand for, because there's so much grief and there's so much hate in the collective, and there's so much heartbreak in the collective, plus fear as well. So all these energies of blocked judgment, of the Three of Swords, of this loss, are byproducts of fear, are byproducts of the fear, and that fear is being created as well. I believe that is being created artificially, okay? And I want to really see what is going on and who would be behind this particular situation. Spirit, who is behind this? Because this eclipse season kind of triggered a lot of this conflict. And I like to see things from an occult perspective, and nothing is a coincidence. Okay, we have the Six of Wands. Okay, so the energy of failure. The energy of failure and the energy of losing. And the fear of losing something. The fear of losing what we have, the fear of losing the land. What else, Spirit? What is that you can say about this situation? Okay, we have the Emperor. Okay, so who is pulling the strings? We have the Empress that is upright, and we have the Emperor. Okay, that is a very, very imbalanced masculine energy. And I always talk about that particular energy because this is the energy that the world is being built on. Okay, it is being built on this very unhealthy, very imbalanced masculine energy. We can say that masculine energy is the shadow side of the masculinity. And the shadow side of masculinity can be aggression, can be the ego, can be the inflated ego that wants justice, but wants justice because it's seeing only one side of the coin. So this reversed Emperor energy is something that is also related to the past. It is also something that is putting people in a survival situation. It is a manipulative energy, and it feels to me like we are using the energies of the past in order to create a conflict, and we know very well that the past can trigger anything. And you know, I always, whenever I scroll through my Facebook, there's always some sort of post that is suggested for you on your feed or on the main feed. How do you call that? Yeah, the main feed, I think. So when you scroll on Facebook, sometimes it will give you some suggested posts. And I noticed that is being shown to a very large group of people. And many times someone is pulling the strings almost. Someone is like posting something because they know that a particular historical post about a particular land will trigger certain reactions in people. People will start commenting on that post. And this is what I see with this situation. Okay, it's very easy to trigger a group of people when they have unresolved history or unprocessed losses from the past, unprocessed grief from the past. And this is being used in this particular case as well. That unprocessed grief of the past is being used now to turn two particular groups against each other. And if that particular group is not learning the lessons of the past and is not learning the lesson how the media can create certain conflicts, then we will find ourselves in the same situation over and over again. Okay, so that's why I thought that I'm gonna make this video, because I believe that we have to be aware of what is going on a very small scale as well, like a social media platform, for example, like Facebook. that is turning different groups against each other. And because we have unresolved issues and unresolved trauma, it will trigger the fight and flight, and it will trigger that defensiveness, that I need to defend what is mine, otherwise someone is going to take it away from me. It is triggering the fear of losing what is mine. And that is happening on a very small scale. Now, that particular energy, if it's being tested on a small scale, it can be used on a large scale as well. Okay, and when I'm talking about a large scale, it will be used between two different countries. But we can go further than that, because that can create even a larger scale that can trigger as a ripple effect in other nations as well, the hate for another nation. Every single nation has another nation that is being a threat to them. Or every single nation has another nation with whom they have a conflict. So why this particular thing is so crucial here? It is so crucial because it's representing, and it's very strategic as well actually, because it's representing the conflict between the Middle East and the conflict between the Western world and the Middle East. This is what we are seeing in the European Union as well now, that is happening in European countries, that particular groups of people from the Middle East are creating the conflict because the media, this is what the media is presenting, okay? So if this conflict is escalating, this is not only about that particular region where it's happening, this is about the conflict between Middle East and the Western world. And it is very carefully crafted, and it's very strategically, it is happening very strategically, okay? I don't watch the news related to this particular conflict, so I don't really know details about what is really going on now and where the conflict is standing. So really, I haven't been following anything, but this is what I'm seeing, like, very objectively from the cards. And I think also we have to be very aware with the manipulation, obviously, that is happening in the media. And it's very interesting to see, like, the same people that got disillusioned by the Ukraine situation and by the COVID situation as well, the same people are falling into the same trap now with the propaganda. That is very interesting to see. Did we learn anything from what happened? Okay, we have the Two of Wands, which is friction between two groups again. Like seeing our future based and making plans based on particular frictions between us and another group of people. Have we learned anything in the past few years? Okay, we have the Magician reversed. So we do see the Magician, and many people are seeing that Magician energy, which is reversed. That particular Emperor and Magician energy that is pulling the strings. So on a metaphysical level and from an occult perspective, as I said, it is not a coincidence that this whole situation is happening at the time of the eclipse. Okay, so the whole thing kicked in on the 7th of October, which I talked about in my other video. But it's not a coincidence that we are finding ourselves in this particular situation now in eclipse season, because everything that is happening in eclipse season is a double trigger. It's like a double-edged sword. It is extremely, extremely healing what is going on, and it can be very beneficial for the rest of the world, but at the same time is very painful as well, and the energies are being amplified. So it has the potential to escalate in something bigger, I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's see what is the occult perspective and why things happened right now, the way they are happening. What is the occult energy behind this? What is that dark magician energy? Okay, let's clarify the dark magician. What is that dark magician energy, spirit? What is that dark magician energy? Okay, we have Two of Pentacles, Ammon, yeah. Reveals the past and the future, reconciles friends and enemies. That is very interesting. Because if these energies, which are like occult energies and are inverted energies and the inverted matrix, we're talking about the inverted matrix, if these energies are being integrated in the right way, then it can reconcile friends and enemies, and it can change the future as well. But the idea here is the opposite of that, okay, because the energies are always inverted. So we did have the Two of Pentacles, which is the friction between the two countries, between two regions, two ethnic groups, or just two groups in general. And that has the potential to turn things over or to turn things around. And it has the potential to create friends from enemies, or for us to see that actually our enemies are our friends, okay? But the idea here is the opposite of that, is creating conflict and division, okay? What else? Spirit, what is that false magician energy? What is that false magician energy, Spirit? What is the false magician energy? Okay. 6666. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups. We have too many cards here. So the Page of Cups teaches astronomy and the values of herbs and precious stones. Page of Cups. Is there something about that land that has some resources? Because we did have the Empress as well, which is talking about resources. And it can also talk about resources that are underground, because this is talking about astronomy, herbs, and precious stones. So that is making me feel like there's something on that land, or there's something around the energy of the land as well. Of course it is. Now it clicked to me. It is the chakra system. It is the chakra system of the whole world, because the region itself, okay, please let me know in the comments because I need to do my research, but the region itself was part of the Atlantean epoch, and it is carrying the energetic imprint and the heritage of the Atlantean epoch, because the Atlanteans had colonies on that region. Wow. So it does have to do, the whole conflict and the fact that there's always like this heated conflict there, it does have to do with the core of the earth in a sense, because it has like the chakra system of the earth, and it's also a sacred land. Yeah, it is a sacred land. Okay, Four of Swords, Simayes, I don't know how you pronounce it, teaches grammar, logic, and rhetoric, can make one appear like a soldier. That Four of Swords energy of retreat. Okay, something wants to come out. Ace of Pentacles, Lucifug, Vocal, gives all worldly power and treasures, makes one rich quickly. Of course, like we know who is pulling the strings. There's something around the land, and not only from a metaphysical perspective, that, okay, let's say that you create a conflict on a particular portal or particular areas of the world which are representing like that region, okay, so that Jordan, Israel, Egypt region is representing the chakra system, and it's very close to that chakra system of the earth, very much like a powerful portal. So if you are creating conflict on that powerful portal, you can actually multiply the energies, and you can actually amplify the energies of conflict. And by amplifying the energies of conflict, you create a ripple effect. And especially using a particular date when you are establishing that conflict, that will amplify it even further. So it's not only the region, but it's also the eclipse season that is doing that. So they are very like powerful portals and powerful powers and universal powers and planetary powers that are amplifying this conflict. Okay, so if you want a conflict that is creating a ripple effect, then use those energies of the portal, use those energies of the eclipse, and then also the land as well. And obviously, like, this is about power, and makes one reach quickly. Ace of Pentacles, this is like establishing something new, okay, a new world order, establishing a new currency as well. But that new currency is the symbol of the new world order, is the symbol of that powerful group of people. Okay, so establishing something with the Ace, new energies, bringing new energies. Eight of Pentacles, again, turns water into wine and back again, turns blood into wine, turns any metal into legal tender coins, makes fools wise. Yeah, very much like money and resources being used as a tool for establishing power. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Makes one wise and teaches everything, can turn any metal into gold, again, transmutes water into wine. So, interesting. Turning water into wine, blood into wine. So very much like the energies of greed, the energies of money, the energies of power. All right, let me just pull a few keywords and let's see what is going on there. So Spirit, let us have some keywords, give us some keywords about what is going on there. Give us some keywords about what is going on there. Okay. Excitement, that is interesting. So like it creates a ripple effect, almost like exciting energy, like adrenaline in the whole world. Okay, so this goes beyond just two countries. This is actually creating a ripple effect in the whole world. We have focus. Yeah, the whole world is focused on one particular thing, that particular conflict. Student, soul family. It's very much like reminding me of, yeah, like what one of these cards gave me. Seeing the real enemy and seeing our enemies as our friends, and realizing that the people that we thought that were our enemies are actually our friends, and the real enemy is invisible. And if the enemy is invisible, then we cannot fight against that enemy. So we need to see the enemy, yes, because everything is an illusion. And with this student, I feel like there's this new energy, and this is almost like a school, and we are graduating now by learning how to handle these kind of conflicts, or how to handle these kind of war situations, and saying that enough is enough. Okay, we have elevated, like elevating to a higher level, and this is something that needs to happen. Okay, we have initiation. Yeah, absolutely, this is an initiation as well. So this is what is interesting with these occult energies, the fact that you want to use them for destructive purposes, but actually when you're using a portal, there's a high chance that that portal will bring a great transformation, and it will bring initiation as well. So it can have the exact opposite of effect of what you thought that is going to have. Okay, so all these, like we had the 666 thing, all these energies that are being established now and are being used for destructive purposes, they can turn actually in the opposite, if that makes sense. Invaded, yeah, the energy of being invaded, the energy of boundaries again. Okay, so this is a symbol for boundaries. Are we having strong boundaries? We have mother, yeah, Mother Earth, and we did have the Empress energy as well. So actually that is representing the energy of the earth, that we are using the energies and the resources for destructive purposes, and now we have an opportunity and a possibility to learn to use those energies for constructive purposes, and to see who is the real enemy again, like violating the boundaries of the earth as well, of Mother Earth, of each other's boundaries. Okay, how this can turn out, this particular conflict. Spirit, tell us please how this can turn out. Okay, we have one here that wants to come out, how this can turn out. And we have truth. Okay, so there's a possibility for people to see the truth. We have future. Yeah, I was asking about the future ending. So there's a high chance for this to end, but this is up to us if we are, yeah, ritual. This is up to us if we are learning the lessons of this particular situation and how this ritual, because this is almost like a ritual. Any war situation that is being created is a ritual on a large scale. So it depends how this ritual is being turned out, how it's gonna turn out. Reunited. Yeah, there was this energy of reuniting with our friends. Confusion. It can turn into confusion and parents. I'm not sure what the parents means. What is that parents energy, spirit? What is that parents? Fragmented. So there's a possibility here for this fragmentation to be healed and for the initiation to happen in the future, okay? And let's hope for the best, that this will end as soon as possible. Okay guys, so this is what I'm seeing. There will be so much more to talk about this. A very complex situation. Yeah, I hope this resonated. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel as well. Also, if you want to support my work, there are some links down there. Thank you so much everybody who is already doing that. Also, for personal readings, you will find information in the description box, or you can just email me. Thank you so much for being here. Take care everybody, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye.